Hey guys, and welcome to Lady Machine. Today I'm going to be talking about mom bods. We always hear about the changes, with our abs, with our breasts, and weight gain and weight fluctuation and all that. Years later, you still have this protruding stomach, but nobody seems to talk about the reason behind it and why. When I was pregnant, and I've never heard any mention of this ab separation, which is called diastases recti. Obviously, our stomach stretch while we're pregnant, usually the abs will come back together. A friend of mine had told me after she had her baby, she was experiencing this. And I had no idea what she was talking about. I've never heard in all the years of family friends being pregnant before. I'd never heard anybody talk about it. I'd never had my OB tell me anything about it. I don't think many women do know about it or understand, thinking that it's okay. I just never lost this part of the area of my abs that from the baby, and even though it's just accepted, I guess. And I'm gonna cover some of the details about diastases recti with you that you may not know, or you may have experiencing and kind of been trying to figure out for yourself. You can definitely check for it yourself. What you do is lay down flat on the ground with your legs bent like you're going to do a crunch. Put one hand behind your head. You take your other hand and start with two fingers, put it right above your belly button, and basically you're going to do a crunch movement. As you press and you breathe out, you will feel your fingers sink in. You can measure your diastases by one finger, two finger, three finger, and you can see how big of a gap that you have in your abs as you're crunching forward, and you can feel that gap in between your abs right there. So that's how you would check for it and measure it. Doesn't matter if you didn't do it right away after your pregnancy, you can still check for it at any time and see if you can feel that gap there as you crunch up. You will still be able to feel that. If it's the worst case, it can lead to hernias and things like that if not taken care of. And in that case, you may require surgery. In most cases, you can fix it yourself. There's certain movements that you should never do after having the baby. When you are laying down after pregnancy, never just sit straight up. You always should roll to your side and get up that way. So you're not putting that pressure on your abs. So it's recommended that you do that at least the 6 weeks. Any exercise program before you go back to it after pregnancy, you should always check with your doctor. No lifting anything heavy, and certainly no lifting heavy weights. That can cause bulging or what they call coning in your stomach, because you're exerting that force and you're putting that pressure on your abs as well. That can cause that diastases to get worse. No planks, no twisting movements to work your obliques. None of that is good. That can only further weaken your abs and increase the separation there, which is obviously what you do not want to do. You need to focus on is your transverse abdominis, which is your girdle basically that wraps all the way around your waist. In order to engage your full transverse abdominis there, you're going to want to do things like pelvic tilts, bridges, tabletop, have your legs up in a bent position, and basically as you're laying on the floor, just kind of tap each foot down. Again, if you feel that you are causing a stomach bulge there as you're doing the toe tap on the ground, don't bring your foot all the way down. Bring it to the point where you don't feel your stomach bulging out or coning, as I mentioned earlier. So just bring it down as far as you can without causing that to happen. That will continue to work those transverse abdominis there. If you have a weak core and that separation there, it's your abs support your back, your posture, and everything. That's what pulls you up. So if that's weakened and you have that separation there, you're going to start noticing some back pain. Your posture's not as good as it was. You can get your abs back, ladies. You don't have to deal with having this protruding stomach. I dealt with it and I went right back to my normal exercising routine, which was not a good thing. I actually made it worse as I went back to doing the things you're not supposed to do, I had to then take some steps back and totally relearn how to work my abs in a different way. If you're an avid exerciser, you will feel kind of frustrated. You have to be patient and you just have to go through the steps to heal and bring your abs back together slowly, doing these movements. After you've healed, then you can slowly work back into, your normal routines. I just wanted to share my experience with you and hope that you can learn a little something that you may not have known or had very little knowledge on. Comment below, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to answer those as well. And as always, ladies, show them your strength. Thanks for watching Lady Machine. Check out more by clicking either of these 2 videos. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media for exclusive content and giveaways.